Peace all on the track.
All right, you're going to love our next guest. So interesting. Matt Demar, he's a rapper, and he has put out what has become a lightning rod for conversation. He has put out a pro-Trump single. He's a New York rapper. And, of course, he's extolling the virtues, I guess, of Donald Trump, and specifically how he feels about immigration and national security. So, Matt, thanks so much for hanging with us. We appreciate it.
How are you? What's happening?
So, first of all, what made you decide to do this song?
You know, it's really interesting. Honestly, I'm 48 years old. I'm a businessman. I'm a landlord and entrepreneur. I'm a restaurateur on restaurants and stuff. But years ago, in the 90s, I actually had a rapping career. I was a rapper, and I was on tour with people like Boyz II Men and Big Daddy Kane and Kid and Play.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was one of the first, believe it or not, white rappers. And I had very danceable rap stuff. But, later on, I got into doing some radio and then doing business. So I kind of got away from the music business. And I was seeing what's going on with Trump. And growing up, I've always liked Trump because I really felt like he was this business person, as a young business person, that I aspired to be like. He was doing developing, and he was involved in a lot of businesses. And, growing up in the suburbs of New York, you look at successful business people like that, and you're like, wow, that's what I want to be someday. You know what I mean? And so, when I saw him running for president, I'm like, no way. And I'm like, I feel like he could fix so many things. And I know that sometimes he's a little outspoken and says things, but I think at the end of the day, he's a very bright man. I think that people would be very surprised what I think he could do for our economy. And I said, the best way for me to really help, and besides voting, is I'm going to express myself through music. And, a couple of my friends were laughing and like, oh, my God, you're going to do another record? It's been so many years and stuff like that. And one of my partners, Gray DeVito, he says, come over to my house, get a studio. We got together, and we put the song together, and we're laughing and having so much fun with it because I wanted to show it. I wanted to make some expressions and tell people what's going on, but in a positive light, but at the same time in a fun way, so it wasn't so serious. I like to have fun with life as well. So we put this thing together. We actually did the song in one day. We shot the video in one day, and we put it out. And we actually put it out on my birthday, which was September 28th. And we were like, yeah, let's just put it out. And then all of a sudden, we started getting thousands of hits. I mean, I think right now it's been out for like 2.5 weeks, and we have almost 17,000 views already. And it's just by people just finding it. It was crazy. We were hysterical laughing. Like, wow, it got more views than my videos from back in the day.
I love that. And in the video, like your buddy helps you out, and you dress like Donald. That's a nice touch. What made you decide to do that? You're just like, yeah, I got to play this up, right?
You know what the thing about it is, I wanted to dress like Donald, but at the same time, I wanted to show, for example, like, I'm 48 and I look a little bit younger, so I felt like if I wasn't dressed in a business attire, people would be like, oh, it's just a kid trying to do rap music and stuff like that. And it really wasn't about that. It was really about trying to show people, hey, I'm a 40-year-old businessman, and I'm out here. And my generation grew up on hip-hop. And it's the truth. Like, the generation after me grew up on rock. But in our generation, we grew up on hip-hop.
Yeah.
And the main thing in hip-hop has always been keeping it real. And the one thing about Donald Trump is whether you like him or not, he keeps it real. He just says what's on his mind. And I think that's why a lot of people are going to be surprised how many people vote for him, and people that aren't even admitting they're going to vote for him. I think there's going to be a lot of people voting for him that aren't even going to admit it because they're just so sick and they want to change. And that's what I want. I feel like, I don't know if you feel like this and other people out there, but I feel like I work twice as hard now to pay my bills. It's like I'm working, and it just gets to a point where, I'm an educated person. I went to Hofstra. So my thing is like, when does it stop? When do we ever, at 40 years old, I thought I'd be able to start to take it easy. I feel like I'm working hard never. So I really want someone who understands that and is going to try to work to help us fix some of these problems we have in business. And that's kind of why I want to get out there and show me, hey, I'm a business person, and I'm dressed in a suit and stuff like that. That's why I didn't just wear all street clothes or regular clothes, because I just wanted people just to overpass and be like, oh, that's just another guy trying to be a rapper or something. It was never tended like that. It was really trying to show people, hey, this is what's going on. These are the good parts. These are the bad things going on. Because a lot of people don't know, especially young people, don't know exactly what's going on. They just see a lot of bickering back and forth. And I feel like it's like a reality show to them, so they're not really paying attention. But we better wake up, pay attention, because if it doesn't go, if you believe in a certain politics, whether you believe in him or you believe in Hillary or whatever it's going to be, you better vote for who you believe in. Everyone make it out and vote for somebody, because, then you're going to look back like, oh, my God, what happened to my country?
Yeah, you're singing my song. I always tell everybody, Matt, get out and vote. It's ridiculous if you don't vote. And I hope we see record eye-popping numbers, that's for sure. You think Donald's going to win?
You know what? I believe that it's very close right now. So to be honest with you, it's very hard for me to tell. I think he could win. I believe that there's a lot of people, I'll say it again, a lot of people out there that don't admit that they like him. But I have to tell you, by doing this music song, I've had a lot of people hit me up on Facebook, Instagram me. Like, I wasn't even on Instagram before this, and I have, like, so many people starting to follow me now, and Twitter. And, like, I have so many people saying that, you know what, I saw the song, and I wasn't sure, and I'm going to, now I'm going to vote for him. And, like, it's pretty amazing how you can express yourself through music and kind of make a change. I mean, look, 17,000 people so far have seen my song on my own. No one paid for this. I did this myself. I did this out of love for music and trying to get the expression out there for the young people. And I feel like if I've changed some of those minds and got them in the right direction, I just want to see this country great again. I really do. And that's why when I heard him, when he came out with Let's Make America Great Again, I'm like, wow, that's the truth. We need to make it great. We have a great country. We have a lot of great opportunities. And, we got to make it great again and stop feeling like, I feel like we've been in this quiet recession for so long and no one wants to admit it with these banks. I mean, you could have great credit. Being an entrepreneur and a real estate person like me, you could have great credit, but the banks ain't lending because they stop after X amount of homes you buy. It's really screwing guys like me to grow. So I want things to change, and I think someone from his direction can make it happen. So, yeah, I think it's going to be real close, and I'm hoping that these other people are all going to come out. You can see a lot of independent people that don't vote at all ever before. They're going to vote. And I'm hoping the young people are going to express themselves. And if all the young people express themselves the way I think they will, yeah, he could vote. He could win.
I'd be remiss not to ask you this. You mentioned it at the beginning. I totally remember you. You were from the same generation. Kid Panic, that was your name. And as you said,
yes,
hanging with Boys to Men. What was that like for you, being one of those breakthrough, as you said, white rappers? What was that like?
What's so crazy is that, I was by the name of Kid Panic. I was on MCA Records. I was actually signed, believe it or not, to Public Enemy. They had Soul MCA. So I was with Public Enemy, who was a very, a group back then that was huge, and there was always conflicts and stuff out there. So the fact that they signed a white rapper back then was a big deal. And, I was on tour with Boys to Men, Big Daddy Kane, MC Light. I did stuff with Kid and Play, so many different, so many different groups. It was even the Wahlbergs. It's so interesting because back then it was a different time. So a lot of people, when I first came out, when they heard the music, they assumed that I was a black artist. And when they found I was a white artist, it was very interesting. I had some really welcoming people back then, and then I had people that were against it. But today it's a different story. I feel that, the Boys to Men guys were amazing. They were great guys. And, if I ran into them today, they would probably all give me hugs. They were such nice guys. And most of the guys I toured with were really good because, I write my own music and stuff. So it wasn't like I was one of these, I didn't have any, someone pushing buttons behind me. We do all our own music ourselves. So they respected that because I'm a music person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was pretty incredible. And after that, because of that, I actually worked in radio as well. I had a morning show with RuPaul for about 4 years in New York. And so I actually did that with RuPaul and Michelle Visage and Freddie Colon. So I actually stayed in the music business for a while, but I actually came on the radio side like you. And then I just continued into business and, being an entrepreneur as far as restaurant and bars and stuff like that.
Do you ever have, what would be so cool is, as you said, there's a difference as you swing into business a little bit. You have your same personality, and obviously you have a big personality. But do you ever have people recognize you, like hear your voice and think, gosh, you just know they have that look in their eye that they might think they know who you are?
Oh, no, all the time. To this day, it's funny. I've had at my restaurant, I have a restaurant in Long Island called Salt, and this summer I had a bunch of people coming up to me and like, oh my God, I remember you from, back in the day when you had the Kid Panic, We Can Do This. I remember that record. And I've had a lot of people do that. I've had a lot of people come up to me. I do some stuff with Donnie and Mark Wahlberg, so I've been on their TV show a couple times. So I've had a lot of people, the Wahlburgers, and I've had a lot of people come up to me and be like, oh, I seen you on there, and I remember when you used to have music out. And it's funny because when I reconnected with Donnie and Mark, when I first time had a meeting with Mark kept saying, I couldn't tell Mark that I was a rapper from back in the day because I was on a business level and it just wasn't appropriate. But when we actually filmed the show, it was the first time I ran into Donnie in a bunch of years, and Donnie knew exactly who it was. I actually thought my partner at the time, John, was putting me on and was like, telling Donnie, remember him, like, tell him you remember him from back in the day, like trying to tease me. But he actually remembered me. And we were talking about, like, he said he remembered that I was a rapper and I got signed to Public Enemy. And, Donnie always liked rapping. He was like, oh, I was so jealous. I wish I could have been a rapper. I said, I wish I would have sold the records you sold.
No kidding. Yeah, kidding.
Yeah, but yeah,
love it.
It's definitely great, and music has always been a part of my life. I think it always will. No matter what I do, I can be in 10 other businesses. For some reason, something always drags me back to this field, entertainment. And I guess I love to express myself, and I love people.
Right, we're going to let everybody hear some of your song, and we appreciate it. You can check it on YouTube. Check it out on YouTube, too, as well. Matt Demar, thanks so much for hanging with us.
Thank you so much. So nice to talk to you, and have a great day.
Make America great again. Make America great again. Let them know. Make America strong again. Make America free again. Make America great again. Make America great again. Let them know. Make America strong again. Make America free again. Make America great again. Definition of a true American.